Jake, do the Utah Jazz need to make trades, and do you think they will?
Yeah, the Jazz are this team that are sitting here, having taken a step back this year, and I think a lot of people were very much surprised by where this team has gone. Like last year, this team overachieved. This team, was 35 wins, and oh my God, Danny the Creator, Danny Almighty, and Danny We Believe. And I'm not doubting Danny Ainge's ability to do this job. But what's so frustrating right now is that, last year we didn't talk about, hey, the Jazz lost by 50 or the Jazz were embarrassing or, hey, dude, like why on one night is it, hey, Laurie's out, Kessler's out, JC's out, and then the next night they're all back. Well, we didn't do that last year. Last year felt like, hey, you didn't have a great roster, but you tried to win every single game possible. And this year, and this is just my personal opinion, don't know what you guys think, but this year it much more feels like, we're throttling minutes because we want to be active at the deadline. We want to make some moves. We want to, basically offer everybody, including Lauri Markkanen, including JC, including, all the names you know and love, so that we can try and improve this roster. And I have to say it's not all that fun of an experience. And I'm not saying that they want to lose more games than they have to. I'm not saying that about Ryan. I'm not saying that about Danny. But what I am saying is that the water or the path has definitely been diluted on this rebuild, meaning that last year you won a bunch of games that you weren't supposed to win, you overachieved. And then this year you've just taken this huge step back. And that's what I think nobody saw coming. Then on top of that, you've got all these rumors swirling around in the media in Salt Lake about how Ryan Smith wants to move the team south and wants to be a point in the mountain with all his Silicon Slope buddies. And, the Trib is putting out these scathing articles. So I just think the Jazz are in this position where it doesn't feel as like happy-go-lucky. It's not as warm and fuzzy as it was last year. And Jazz fans are being a little bit impatient with this process right now, to which I say, hey, you need to deal with it, right? If you want to rebuild and you want to move on from Rudy and Donovan, which was a combination that was never going to even sniff a championship together, you want to move on from that and get younger and rebuild, you're going to have to take some pretty crappy seasons to do that. And I think that's what this is.
Yeah, I think this is that, but I also think the Jazz are open for business. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt that the Jazz are trying to deal. And we were told directly this morning that the Jazz would trade anybody, and that includes Walker Kessler. And I think that's a very big ask. Now, are they trying to trade him? They're not. But I think if you give the Jazz the right package, I don't know that there's anybody they wouldn't trade, and that includes Keontae George and the Waterboy. Like, I think if you give the Jazz the right package of assets, they're going to deal. I don't think there's any doubt Jordan Clarkson and Lauri Markkanen are on the market. I don't think there's any doubt that Kelly Olynyk is on the market. I think one of the main issues is that they missed the window on Jordan Clarkson. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And I think right now they're from what I've been told by NBA sources, there's not a great market for Jordan Clarkson. And I think his lackadaisical play this year is going to infect his trade value. There's no doubt about that. And I think when you're Jordan Clarkson, you have a very short window in time here to win a championship, and this trade deadline has to be when you do that. I think that market will emerge for Jordan in late January. But I think you could trade Lauri Markkanen today. I think you could probably make a deal for some of your bigger guys today. It's a matter of what you ask in return, because I don't know that Lauri Markkanen brings a first-round pick. I asked that question directly to several NBA guys that I talked to, and the answer was, I don't think so. And I would agree with that. I don't think Lauri Markkanen on his own brings you a first-round pick. Now, is Lauri part of a larger trade that lands you a better young player that allows you to build forward? Sure, I think that's absolutely doable. But I think much to Jake's point about, hey, where's this team going to play ball? It's a huge mistake that the Tribune is the one that broke that story, because the Tribune, whether it's a hit piece or not, the facts are the facts. The Tribune has the Utah Jazz looking for a plot of land at the point of the mountain. And I think that's problematic for Ryan Smith, because I think it makes people question him a little bit. And the next time somebody says, is this just one of Ryan Smith's new toys? I think that I would have to answer, yeah, I'm not sure how serious he is about winning. And I truly am not at this point. You have mismanaged Jordan Clarkson. There's just no other way about that. It was a mistake. And people close to Clarkson told me over the summer that he was going to opt out. And I think the rumblings were that he opted into his contract with a promise that they would move him to a contender at the trade deadline. And I think that's what's going to happen. The problem is now the market's turned on Jordan Clarkson. I don't know that there's a huge market for him at the deadline. We're going to find out. And I want to make it clear, I do believe a market will emerge for Jordan Clarkson coming at the deadline. But I think that they are going to be, for a second year in a row, you are going to have heartbreak in Jazzland, because I think you are going to wind up trading your bigger stars here, and that includes Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, I think it's frustrating right now for anybody observing the Jazz, to sit here and be like, hey, well, Jordan Clarkson's our guy. Jordan Clarkson, Lauri Markkanen be damned, has been the face of the franchise since Don and Rudy left. I mean, Jordan is seriously the last person involved with that success of Utah Jazz basketball. I mean, that's the last time. Like, Jordan Clarkson's that last remaining tie. And I think, it's frustrating that we have to sit here and be like, hey, well, Tribune or not, it's being reported that Ryan is looking at that. Well, why would you be looking at that, dude? The Jazz have always been downtown, and I don't care if you think that people from Draper would drive up to Salt Lake City to watch the game. That's not the point.
That's not the point.
That's not the point. And yes, I do believe they do all the freaking time, but that's not the point, man. The point is that whether it's bad jersey rollouts, whether it's moving the team to Draper, whether that actually happens or not, I have no idea. But I'm just saying, perception's reality, dude. Whether it's jerseys, moving the building, not winning games, people thinking that this is just another one of your toys. That's the problem right now, dude. And for those of you who live in Salt Lake, you'll remember, and we don't need to get into specifics, but you'll remember the Trib also had stories about how you were ignoring the homeless encampment outside of your building during the All-Star game. We all remember the Travis Scott stories, whether they came out positive or not in the end. Doesn't really matter, right? Because my point is perception versus reality. Perception hasn't exactly gone their way. So I'm not sitting here saying that Ryan Smith or the Jazz front office are running this team into the ground.
Yeah.
What I am saying is it's time to get a move on, man. It's time to definitively put a stake in the ground and understand the direction of this rebuild, because I'm the guy that's sitting here saying, why the hell is Jordan Clarkson playing when Keontae George should be getting plenty of minutes every night? Why am I not seeing more Taylor Hendricks? Well, why is, and I understand it, sense of ball is not refined. Totally get it. But he needs to start seeing some NBA time, even if that's 10 minutes a night.
I'd like to see Ochai Agbaji in different positions, different leverage.
Precisely.
You need, and again, I think that Will Hardy's been very honest that he's part of the problem, but he's learning on the job in year number 2. I think you expected some of this.
That was a masterpiece of dog shit.
What you didn't expect was the blocks of missed time from your veterans who apparently are just taking rest games.
That's another thing that I think is not a great look right now. Why is it that one night all these guys are out? Like tonight, perfect example. Tony Jones of The Athletic covers the Jazz. Excellent reporter. Give him a follow. John Collins is out for the Utah Jazz tonight with an illness. That leaves the Jazz without Collins, Markkanen, or Walker Kessler against Oklahoma City, who, I don't know if you guys know this or not, is a very long team. So let me guess, we're on tap for another 25-point plus loss.
You're not trying to win.
That's my point, dude.
You're not trying to win.
Don't tell me, don't convince me that you're trying to win. This went from, and this is the part that I guess for me, I'm a little bit salty about, admittedly.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. Last year, I truly felt like, hey, you were coaching to win every single game, even though the roster was not good.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm doing everything I can do to win ball games. And what do you know? You won some games you shouldn't have won, which apparently, based on how this season is going, was not appreciated last year, because this season we're sitting guys. We're not playing guys a ton of minutes.
Yeah.
We're overplaying Jordan Clarkson, which, by the way, as you just said 5 minutes ago, is having negative returns for you because he has not been good. He has not been the same guy. So that's what I'm saying, man. The Utah Jazz need direction. That's what I feel like is truly the problem here. It's okay to be losing. It's fine. It's fine. You're still selling the building out. Jersey sales are fine. Everything's fine. It's okay to be losing. But you can't lose and lose so bad that it feels like you're just lost at sea. And that's where this organization's at right now.
And it feels like that. It feels like you're in a situation, and, I'm trying to do my prize picks, prizepicks.com, and I can't find Chet, and I can't find OKC, and it is baffling to me right now. But that's fine. I'll just suffer in silence. It's baffling to me that the Jazz have taken the passive-aggressive course they've taken. And we'll see exactly what it looks like with stadium stuff. I have a hard time believing Ryan Smith is going to leave behind his millions of dollars in infrastructure advancements he put in for the All-Star game. I just don't see the Delta Center and Delta Airlines buying in just to have you move out of that. Doesn't make a lot of sense for me. So I think it's one of these situations where you just have to be patient. You have to be very patient. And why is Oklahoma City off the board in prize picks right now? This is wild. Again, how many times is this going to happen to me? Do you see Chet in your prize picks?
Why are they off the board, dude?
I don't know why.
They're playing the Utah Jazz.
You think that's why they're off the board?
Yes.
God, dog, that's so frustrating.
Big nights. Again, and this has nothing to do with the Jazz, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But for something like prize picks, yeah, you're not going to have OKC on the board when they're playing the Jazz because it's super unpredictable how the game's going to go.
But, dude, I'm on a heater. I am on a heater,
dude.
I am on a heater. They're up for rebounds. Chet Holmgren, 8.5 rebounds.
Yeah,
he's hit that only once in his last 5 games.
Yeah, but again, no Walker Kessler, no Laurie. I don't know. I'm not talking to you in anything tonight, dude. It's your call.
I'm on a heater on prize picks, you guys. And if you're not playing prize picks, what are you doing? Prize picks, prizepicks.com. Use the link in the description below. Bang the promo code Monty to get 100% deposit matching at prizepicks.com.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I need OKC. I need Chet Holmgren, and rebounds is tough. I don't know that I can do that. What do you think? 8.5 rebounds. You would take that.
Against the Jazz, I think it's more comfortable because they don't have anybody to rebound.
There it is. They added OKC right now.
There you go.
Now, finally, it popped up. 28.5.
That's why, because reporting on injuries just came out for the Jazz game. That's why.
Chet Holmgren, 28.5.
Points, rebounds, assists?
Yes.
Yeah, that should be comfortable.
That should be fine.
That should be more than fine.
That should be fine.
Yeah.
So we'll take that. Now, what do you think of assists from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 6.5 assists. And he's a guy who...
Yeah, I would take that because in a game like this...
Damn it.
But what's his point number? Look, is he under points? Any chance he's available under points?
Oh, he is. Yeah, it's 56, I think. It's not 56. Shai Gilgeous...
31.5.
Is it 31.5? Chet's only 17.5.
Yeah, see, I think you're more reliable on points for SGA because typically...
Stop.
Well, but look at his games, dude.
How many minutes is he going to play?
Bro?
He's not going to play a lot of minutes.
Okay.
He's not going to play. You really think he's going to play enough minutes to get that? This has rest game written all over it.
You know what I think it has? Taking the under on Giddey. Giddey is
12.5 points.
Yeah.
You would take the under on that?
Look at his 4 out of 5, dude.
Oh. I'm going to take the over on Giddey.
Okay.
I'm taking the over on Giddey.
Just for the record, I told you to take the under, and maybe I'm wrong.
You shut your mouth. NFL, here's where we got to go, boys. NFL, Tua tagged by your mama.
Tua.
286.5 passing yards. Jordan Love, 230 against the Giants. Tommy DeVito, 177 against the Packers. And Will Levis with the hot used-to-be girlfriend he broke up with, 211 yards. Which one you feel better about? Not Miami, not with Levis. I think you got to take
Tua, dude.
Tua?
286 is a big
Tua or Jordan Love? Tua or Jordan Love? That's the one.
I think Jordan Love. Yeah, look at Jordan Love's consistency. That's not anything made up, dude. This guy's consistently over 230 yards.
I'm going Tua Tagovailoa more than 286 and a half. Josh Giddey more than 12 and a half. Chet Holmgren more than 28 and a half points, rebounds, assists. $5,000 flex play.
Yeah.
That's a lie. We're in, boys. We're in.
I'm going in.
That's the entry tonight. Prize Picks. What do you guys think? It's a $20 flex play because this is an odd night. You guys think I'm winning or losing? And all you mongrels are going to be like, oh, you're losing, Chubbs.
Who knew the Giants kicker isn't available in Prize Picks?
Yeah, seriously. Punts. You love taking punts in Prize Picks.
Yeah.
There are my picks right there, boys. Chet Holmgren more than 28 and a half. Giddey more than 12 and a half. Tua Tagovailoa 287 yards or more.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about that. What do you guys think? Am I winning or am I losing on that?
So far, I've got Christian Braun with Denver to have 1 turnover.
Boston. Oh, God. Giddey is only good for under 16.
Okay.
Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue. My gambling season is over February 11th.
Well.
Okay. OG Gary, Giddey definitely loves the unders. You guys are a bunch of sickos.
You guys are savages, bro.
You guys are sickos.
Savages.
Come on. Robert Fowler, Monty, I'm bummed. Prize Picks isn't legal in Iowa. Oh. Sorry to hear that, dude. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, that sucks. Kurt Meyer says you're a loser. Thanks, Kurt.
Man, really.
Appreciate
Goodness,
that.
that's really awesome, dude.
I think I'm winning tonight on Prize Picks. I think I'm winning
taking
tonight.
Jordan Love for more than 1.5 passing touchdowns. And let's see. I need one more.
I think you got to go. I think you got to go with Giddey.
Specials?
Go with Giddey over, man.